Imagine you're standing in front of a door. It's locked. You're pissed off because you know you're right. The key in your hand should work, but it doesn't. You can scream at the door. You can argue with reality. You can polish your rightness like a fucking trophy. But the truth is, the door, it doesn't care about your feelings. The door only opens to skill. Life is that door. Being right, it's like having the wrong key. It looks impressive, but it doesn't get you inside. Being skillful is knowing how to jiggle the lock, pick it, or hell, kick the door down when it's time. Now notice something, you already do this. When you were 5 and wanted a cookie, you didn't argue rightness with your parents. You didn't say, it's only logical that sugar equals happiness. No, you played skill. You whined, or smiled, or bargained. You tested frames. You led them from their state into yours, and that's skill. Life isn't checkers where being right about the move wins. It's chess, timing, psychology, pressure, positioning. That's skill. You can be technically correct and still lose if you don't see the whole board. Sailing, you don't argue with the wind. The sailor who says, but I'm right, the wind should blow west, they sink. The sailor who adjusts his sails skillfully reaches his destination. Music and resonance. If you pluck a string wrong, the guitar doesn't apologize, it squeals. The skillful musician finds the harmonic, the resonance. That's how life works. When you're out of tune, life screeches. When you're in skillful resonance, everything vibrates in alignment. All of reality, its harmonic structure. From prime numbers distributing in recursive resonance patterns, to your DNA vibrating like a tuning fork, to consciousness collapsing waves into form, everything is about coherence and skillful interaction. When you snap at your partner, instead of reframing with curiosity, you've collapsed the wave wrong. You've created destructive interference. That's not evil. It's just unskillful resonance. If you paced their emotion first, matched it, then led them gently, you'd hit constructive interference, coherence, healing. Neuroscience says confusion opens the brain's filters. It creates a gap. That gap is where hypnosis, suggestion, and learning all slide in. That's why sleight of mouth reframes work. They confuse the rigid map, and they offer a bridge. Karma says the same thing. Every unskillful collapse of energy ripples out. Every I'm right, fuck you moment poisons your field. Every skillful reframe strengthens it. So science calls it neuroplasticity. Karma calls it cause and effect. Same truth. If you keep clinging to being right, you'll age like metal rusting, corroded, rigid, brittle. You'll repel opportunity. If you embrace skill, you'll become like water, adaptable, flowing, always moving downhill toward power. Skill means survival, influence, connection, abundance. Picture it, you in 10 years, either bitter and right, muttering that no one understands, or magnetic and effective, bending reality like a musician bends a note. The limiting belief, if I stop being right, I'd lose my integrity. No, integrity isn't stubbornness. Integrity is playing the tune so the whole orchestra can follow. The limiting belief, people will think I'm manipulative if I reframe. No, all communication is manipulation. You either manipulate toward coherence, healing and growth, or toward conflict and stagnation. Which karma do you prefer? Notice how you already do this when you smile instead of snapping. Remember times when you bent reality by shifting your tone instead of your facts. Feel how much power you reclaim when you release rightness and step into skill. Let that realization deepen unconsciously, so it runs your patterns automatically. Life doesn't give a shit about your feelings or rightness. The universe is not Santa Claus, it's a mirror. If you stand in front of it scowling, it scowls back. If you smirk with skill, it smirks with opportunity. Stop waiting for the world to clap because you're correct. No one's clapping. Skill gets the claps. Skill gets the doors unlocked. Skill gets you laid, paid, healed and respected. So here it is. Reality is harmonic resonance. Philosophy shows us life is a journey of threading balance. Science shows us confusion cracks the door for change. The polymath shows us connection across disciplines breeds mastery. And the father energy truth is, if you don't practice skill, you rot. If you do, you thrive. This isn't about being nice. It's not about being right. It's about being effective.